Good morning, it's Fabienne. And today we're going to talk about the fear of being copied. I was talking to someone recently about putting a lot of her good content out there so that she could become an expert in her marketplace. And I could feel some resistance happening. And she said, "What if somebody steals my stuff?" And I told her a story about something that happened to me many, many years ago in the first few years of my business. I started my business one-on-one on the phone, coaching clients about how to get clients. And after a while, I started thinking, I can't help more people because I've got no more time in the day and no more of me to go around. So I'm going to take all my intellectual property and I'm going to put it in a manual, a training program, and I'm going to sell this to other people. And I ended up doing that. It was called the Client Attraction System. And it sold like crazy for many, many years, probably about 15 years. One of the best, products of all time. And it's helped tens of thousands of people's lives. And, I was a little hesitant about putting all my intellectual property out there, granted. And then one day, a client of mine called and said, "I don't know if you know this, but there's this woman," and by the way, I still remember her name. "There's this woman who has ripped off your entire client attraction system, and she is selling it as her own. Same 10 steps, same story. She took all my marketing materials, same story of me, the story I've told thousands of times. She changed my father to my godfather and very few other details. She basically ripped me off completely. And this blindsided me. I thought, well, how could somebody stoop so low? Do you have like no creativity, no imagination, no experience of your own? And I was so angry. And I reached out to her and I was like, who do you think you are? And what are you doing? And she completely denied it. The nerve, she completely denied it. And so my lawyer was talking to her lawyer and this whole thing, and I asked for divine guidance, and the divine guidance came. It said, check your receipts folder in your email. And lo and behold, she had bought the client attraction system. So she was telling her lawyer, "Oh, I don't know anything about this woman," and all of that. So her lawyer dropped her like a hot potato. But I started thinking about how after a while, I was really hesitant to put really good content out there because I was scared that people would rip it off. And it's happened since. And there is, you go and you can sue people and you can do all of this. But I started looking for the spiritual message in all of it. And because I'm a spiritual person, right? You might be too. And I started, and the download that I got, the realization is, if I'm that copyable, I'm not innovating enough. I'm resting on my laurels and I'm just, using the same content that I have for years. And this really spurred me into action around becoming a thought leader in a particular niche, about not staying on the same content again and again, but just continually innovating, continually updating, continually moving the thought leadership forward. And the reason I'm sharing that with you is because I meet so many people who hold themselves back around giving really good information because they think somebody's going to rip it off. And the answer is they just might. But you want to ask yourself, am I here to live a life of like playing small and oh, what if somebody's going to take my stuff? Or are you here to just like change the world in your own way with your content, with your process, with your methodology? And so I ask you, is what you're experiencing now a contraction energy or is it an expansion energy? And I invite you to just keep creating amazing content. This is how I've built the business, multiple seven figures for at least 10 years now, and the business that I have. And this is how you can too, not by playing protective energy, but playing expansive energy, abundant energy around your content and your teachings or whatever it is that you do. So that's my invitation for you today, is to really think about thought leadership. Really, even if you're just starting out, really think about just being so prolific with your content that people can't not pay attention. Okay? So, and that's how you build a really good business. So that's my inspiration for you from today. And I'm sending you so much love. Go out there and play big, okay? See you next time. Bye.